Welcome to Sleuthcast with Dr. Bear, Bumpy Bear, and Swiss Bear. Join them in the den for some bear opinions on gaming. And now, our host, Dr. Bear.
Hey, how are you? I'm Doc, and welcome to Sleuthcast with my co-hosts, Bumpy and Swiss.
Hello.
I am the headless Swiss bear.
'Tis spoopy season, boys and gals and ghouls and zombies. 'Tis spoopy season. We got a fantastic episode of spoopiness, and I'm actually terrified that there's a pumpkin. It scares me. But
yeah, happy Halloween, everyone. To
Enjoy All
people
Hallows Eve.
I have human hands. Ooh.
Ooh,
Scary.
We thought we would dress up for the holidays.
Yeah. Let's, what better way to start a spoopy season than talk about cryptids, guys? All right? So, since Fumpy is scared of the dark, we're going to have him go first, and he's going to talk about his favorite cryptid that he probably just looked up when we mentioned it.
All right. So if we're gonna start with me, I'm a sheltered child.
No way.
I just found out what this was like a month ago from my roommate, and then I just forgot it because I didn't care about it, and then I just realized it.
And here we are.
And here we are, learning about it all over again. So I looked up a couple of them. Obviously, we all heard about the chupacabra. So I always thought that was kind of interesting one, because I'm pretty sure it's a mythical creature, goes around, eats sheep, all that jazz. It's a scary looking motherfucker, and honestly, like, if any of these, honestly, because I looked up a lot, if any of these were real, this world would be fucked. It would be so terrifying.
Okay.
But if I had to pick one that I actually think might be real, it would be the sea serpent, because, like, you don't know. Half of the ocean's unexplored, man. This thing could just be slithering around in the fucking water, killing shit.
It could be.
Most people believe that sea serpents are oarfish.
Yeah, it's most of these like cryptids came from old times when they didn't know what the hell things were. But as far as chupacabra goes, there is a dog animal type thing that has stripes on it that looks like a mix between a couple animals, that it actually could be the chupacabra, but it has a proper name. I don't know the exact name off the top of my head, but I've seen that before.
Correct.
So, you're scared of a dog.
It's true. No, but one of the cryptids that popped up was the Loch Ness Monster. And I think it was literally this week at work. I forgot who mentioned it. People think that the Loch Ness Monster was literally a whale penis.
Not to be confused with a walrus penis.
We don't talk about walrus penises.
Don't look it up. You will regret it.
Because apparently, like, a whale penis can, like, turn, and, like, it just looks like that.
Hold up. So this dude has got an OnlyFans penis picture out there, and ain't even getting paid? Damn, dude. That's crazy. I didn't know that, actually. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, so that's a theory out there for the Loch Ness.
That's funny.
All right, Swiss, what's your cryptid, my man? And how do you feel about cryptids, actually, would be a good thing to bring up as well.
I dig it. I dig it. There's too many times that we've been like, oh, bullshit, false animal, blah, 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 and then we find out that, holy crap, it exists.
Like the duck-billed platypus.
Wasn't quite what we thought, but, you know, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my mind, I guess this is a cryptid at this point, because it continues to be a thing that comes up over and over and over again, and that is the megalodon thing.
Yes.
I love oceanography stuff. Big fan of that type of thing. And I
No.
mean, like the real science of it. You know, I enjoy documentary stuff, so I'm a big fan of that. Um, so Megalodon's an interesting one. Like all the different myths and theories that it could be still out there, and there's that question of like, how would you house a population of anything that size?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, and we haven't. I understand vast ocean, but like, it's one of those fun ones of what if there are like 10 still in existence out
Yeah.
there,
And
and they just happen to be chilling in a remote enough part of the ocean that we haven't stumbled across them yet, or have a couple of times and nobody's lived to tell the tale, and that's why we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe the Bermuda Triangle is really just, Megalodon eating planes out of the sky, and
That would be a
sure.
cool movie, dude.
Oh, they made it. They made it.
Yeah.
There is one. It's a very B-rate movie, but
Isn't it called Meg?
Mm-hmm.
no, that's a different series of movies. But there is a B-rate Megalodon movie that's like Megalodon versus Mecha Shark.
Yeah, fucking the Sci-Fi Channel ones, dude. I love
Yep.
those shitty movies. That's a guilty pleasure, guys. Not gonna lie.
It literally starts with a plane flying over the ocean, and everybody's all tense, and you're like, what the fuck? And they're like, well, there have been sightings in this area, and you're like, what the hell are they talking about? And all of a sudden, a Megalodon that is terrible CGI bursts out of the water and goes up a fucking mile in the air and grabs this goddamn plane out of the sky and comes back down. Like,
Just
what the
slowly, like, yeah. Oh, dude, that's a good. That's a good one though.
So,
Like,
Megalodon for me
Hell yeah.
is my favorite cryptid-esque thing.
I guess a quick question is, what is the definition of cryptid?
we could look it up once. The exact definition, because our interpretation of it is going to be far different than the actual definition.
All right, so
For
we
me, a
got
cryptid, I guess, is anything where it's largely speculated, can't be proven or disproven. Like,
cryptids are animals that they believe may exist somewhere in the world or in the wild, but whose existence is disputed.
Yeah. See.
Okay, so okay, so
while
like
Megalodon was a real thing at some point, right now,
It's technically a cryptid, yes.
okay, and like Bigfoot too. It's like we can't prove it, but we can't disprove it.
Have you ever seen
Correct.
Bigfoot's dick?
No,
That's
I
probably
haven't
the
seen
Loch
Bigfoot. Period.
Ness.
have you ever seen a Yeti eat spaghetti?
In a cartoon one time.
That's fair.
You
That's
ever
fair.
see a snowman eat a snow cone?
So my favorite cryptid. Do
We're
wanna
waiting
know?
for a drum roll.
Do you want
drum rolling here?
What?
Are you-
Okay, let's actually take a guess. See if you guys can guess my favorite cryptid.
Panda's penis.
I was gonna say panda.
Motherfucker, they exist, bro. Look at me.
I said a panda's penis, not pandas.
Oh, that hurts on a personal level, dog. No, like my favorite is Bigfoot because there's evidence proving him real, but not enough to be plausible where you can't deny it away. You can't disprove it with science in a way where it's not like maybe not. It's not definitive like a body. You know what I mean? I personally think they're extra dimensional beings, and I'm a fucking crazy cryptid guy. Bear. That I think that, but
Extra-dimensional beings.
yeah, that's why you never see them. And when you do,
There's a
then all of a sudden
there's
they
a-
realize that you're recording them or whatever. That's just it's almost like they're an alien. You know what I mean?
there's a YouTuber out there, Coyote Peterson. You might know him as the guy that like takes on the wicked bee stings.
Yeah,
or
he
whatever. Like,
stings
this is
himself
the-
and fuck
Yeah.
that. That shit looks
It takes
terrible, by the
place.
way.
I remember he created a like a 2-part video where he finds a skull, and it's nothing like any like primate skull or any human skull or everything. So he was like, I think we found proof, blah blah blah. And obviously the second video is like it was a prank, blah blah blah. But I was a little interested in it because I was just like, damn, Like the first video actually got me line and sinker, where
Yeah.
I was just like, shit, did he just fucking prove that there was Bigfoot out there? Goddamn.
There actually is a mockumentary on Discovery about the megalodon where they were like chumming the waters, and then all of a sudden the shark that had a tracker disappeared and
Yeah.
dove down to so far. I thought it was real for a long time. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Hell yeah, real proof. And then I come to find out it wasn't. I was sad.
I stayed up to watch that for that Shark Week, and I was really excited. And that was really the Shark Week that broke me, where I kind of just it wasn't about actual sharks and shit anymore. And
Yeah.
they did the next year. They did a follow up where they did a fake. It was him versus some expert, like freaking Larry King style. And he was trying to defend his evidence, only it was even hokier and the CGI was even worse. And it was like, well, this just sucks.
I like what they did. Had they gave a disclaimer that this is fictitious, because it was like a real documentary. It was awesome.
Well, yeah, they
Except
said
for it
in the
wasn't real.
beginning that it was dramatized, and it was like, what do you mean it's dramatized? Like,
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. So, but yeah, I'm a Bigfoot guy. Like the Mothman, Jersey Devil, all that shit, dude. I love it all.
All right, explain Mothman, because that was like one that I was just like, what the fuck is?
It's a humanoid moth that eats people.
Okay, see, that's the thing. If we're going off the description, people think this actually exists.
People have seen
There have been
something that they
multiple
can't
sightings.
identify, but the way they describe it, they're almost all similar in their description, and they're never met each other.
throughout many years.
Yeah, throughout centuries of history. Hence why in Fall of 76, the Mothman, the Jersey Devil, all that. The Jersey Devil is like a werewolf. You know?
Right.
So all this shit, that's why I dig it. Like, it may not be true, but it's interesting enough where if it is true, it's super cool and also terrifying.
Oh yeah, it's fun as hell.
So, yeah.
I like a
I
lot
don't
of
know.
the old school Eastern, like Chinese, Japanese, Tanukis are always an interesting one. I also like all of their things where I can't remember what it's actually called, but there's a certain type of spirit that if something is left alone long enough, it immediately, like it becomes possessed. And
Mm-hmm. Yes.
like, I love those kind of things. Like, if you leave your dirty socks out for too long, they will come to life and come back to haunt you.
Well, we're fucked, dude. I got dirty socks everywhere. I got kids. But
But I don't know.
the concept
call
of
me
cryptids is interesting to me.
Yeah, I
This-
mean, call me a party pooper, but I guess I can't make that argument because I'm like, I would like to believe there's aliens out there, no proof. But like stuff like that, like if there's no proof by now, there probably isn't gonna be any.
Government.
I beg to
governments in the
differ.
last year have
Yes.
openly admitted to the presence of extraterrestrials.
And I hate to say it, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they
okay.
look a lot like us, and they can blend in. My theory growing up is all those people that you have run into that are just like super fucking weird and awkward. They're just aliens, bro. Because if you see a certain sect of the population, we all have kind of fit within the normal realm of normal. Then there's super extreme. It's almost if they didn't get social cues as a child, or they
And
didn't.
see,
You know what I mean?
I've always thought it the opposite way around. Have you
Yeah.
ever met that person that is like painfully normal?
Yes, that too.
Like,
Where it's
they're
almost like they don't
always-
know how to be human.
like they're always somewhat happy no matter what happens to them. That like ever shining person that never does anything really big but is somehow involved in like everything, and is just that little spark plug of a person and not much of a personal life, and like they're always that totally feels like an alien.
Mm-hmm.
They are simply studying the community. They're involved as possible. They're as indescript as possible. Like in the Simpsons universe, Ned Flanders would be an alien.
Yes, in our universe. Oh my God, there's a random child. Are you scared?
Yeah, pause real quick. She's okay.
Oh my god, he pulled his snoot off.
Jesus Christ.
What
So
are you
yeah,
talking about?
I think for you, Fumpy, you're probably a seeing is believing kind of guy.
Yeah, it's just
Be careful
I
what
don't
you ask for. You don't want to be meeting aliens in a dark road, bro. I have seen it on like a UFO, literally flying up above me, like just hover, and then gone.
yeah.
Can
Gotta
I
remember,
identify it as
close-
a definite alien? No, but I don't know what the fuck it is. You know,
Just remember, close encounters of the first through third kind are okay. It's the fourth you got to worry about.
like fourth
Like
meal.
okay, so anything like water related, I will always be open minded. But
Mhm.
like for me for Bigfoot, you're telling me there's no scat, there's no skulls, there's no nothing, and you still believe out there like there's got to be something.
Okay, now the problem with that is you're viewing it as if they're like humans. They're nothing like humans. They don't have the same physiology, and they may not even shit the same way we do. They may shit little pebbles. They may shit rocks. They may shit leaves. Like in the vastness of like a multiverse, anything is possible. And
Dude, we
and that
lost
goes
an-
back to aliens. Like we can't be the only sentient life in the universe. That's just not possible.
I'll
And-
say this for the Bigfoot argument too. We've lost an entire species of elephant for like 200 years, only to realize they never actually went extinct or died out. We just lost where they were.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's like not to discredit you, Fump, but it's like
No.
we got to think of the
There-
broad. That's where I'm thinking is the broad, big picture. Like there's shit out there that we don't know.
There was an entire species of like elk moose that we had said, went extinct, then decided never existed, then realized that it was simply, in this section of the country, we noticed that they're like 25% larger. Yeah, no, they didn't go extinct. They just migrated to a different spot. We've been identifying them as something completely different and claiming
Yep.
that they're this ancient species, when in reality, all they did was migrate from the northwest to the southeast. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And stayed there.
with that, I literally did just watch a video where this guy goes out and tries to search for animals that go extinct, and he actually found 2 tortoises that are old as shit,
And we're
thought they went
said to be extinct. Yeah.
and now they're like the 2 rarest animals on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
known as a Lazarus taxon, when we think that it's gone extinct, only to find out that nope, it's still around.
Yeah.
Heard. Yeah, but I'll always be a skeptic when it comes to this type of stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
100%. You can't just
I'm
accept
always
shit
down.
as reality, but there isn't
Yeah,
that.
I mean-
There's got to be in your mind like that might be real. It might not.
There's always got to be 2 sides to an argument, and I'm probably always gonna be the one like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So, what's your favorite scary movie?
Fumpy Bear doesn't like scary movies.
Really? You don't like scary movies?
I fucking hate them.
Dude,
Like,
that's my jam. Like,
literally
I
can-
love them.
I can probably tell you like 2 scary movies that I've watched in my entire life. I'm not a fan. Never liked them as a kid. Never liked them now.
Is it
Um,
like a nerves thing?
Like, so what you got?
Okay, so first movie I seen as a child, and I think this is everybody's scarring scary movie. It.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that
not a-
terrified the fuck out of me as a kid.
Not afraid of clowns.
I always thought it was cool.
It's just
You're weird, dude. So this is
Maybe it's
weird.
just the eeriness. But another thing, the couple of scary movies that I have watched, it's just all fucking predictable. Like, don't go in there. He's gonna be in there.
Yes,
Sure
and
as
that's
shit, he's
the
in there.
problem. They got the trope
Yeah.
that works, and they just fucking stick to the script, and it just
Yeah. One movie that I did watch that I did kind of enjoy, but I like me with any movie, like I will sit there and judge it like a motherfucker.
Mhm.
Like, okay, that was.
I'm
stupid,
like that with
like,
military movies, dude. Yeah, I feel you.
So I watched Dead Silence, which is a
Ooh,
movie about puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Which not a fan of puppets.
Oh yeah, I know. We've talked about the
Me either.
Hogwarts
It's a good
Legacy mission, and you're like, I can't do this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought it was a good movie. I don't dig puppets either, but it had me tense the whole movie, and I enjoyed the plot.
Mm-hmm. I just like they ripped their tongues out in that movie, right? like if
Yeah.
they scream.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I laughed at that because I was just like, but why? It was just like, so. Also, when I was younger, I just realized I've watched Boogeyman, I think it is, where there was a creature in the closet or whatever, and they were haunted as a kid, and then when they grew up, the kids started getting haunted, I think. And
Is
then
that
the
the one
adults,
where the dad went to check and he got sucked into the closet?
yes,
That's a good fucking movie. I like that
and then
one.
how to destroy the boogeyman, that they had to find like the three things that created the boogeyman, which was like a wax figure, a coat, and some other bullshit. Um, so I've watched a couple of them.
I think I've
Just
seen
I'm
that.
not a I'm not a fan.
It's a
Like
solid movie there, Swiss.
I'm
Gotta
a
check it
comedy
out.
person through and through. I
Mhm.
like comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy sucks.
Yeah, it depends. Like comedy is real subjective. I like anything we enjoy in life is real super subjective too.
Yeah,
Oh, for
Will
sure.
Ferrell's the best.
You're a dick.
I personally love Will Ferrell. I think he's
No, I
fucking.
hate Will Ferrell.
I like
I'm a
his type of
huge-
comedy. Like he's just like that's more slapstick, like quick little one-liner type things. You know.
Hey, we're not talking about comedy here. We're on spooky season shit.
Oh my bad. Oh, scary.
No, that's stupid.
All right, so I know for me personally, horror movies, I'll watch anything I can get. If it's shitty, it's cool, whatever. I liked 13 Ghosts. I thought that was a great plot
Okay,
line.
13 Ghosts was good. I
That
liked
was
movie.
not technically scary, but when I'm gonna admit, as a young man, when they did the shower thing where the girl's getting in the shower and then the spooky ghost girl was there, I was like, she could join me. That's fine. I don't care if I die.
I'm okay with that.
But like the Jackal, that shit is fucking terrifying, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That was well done. And then like the Paranormal Activities or Poltergeist and shit, I love all of that shit. I love all of that. Like Halloween, I love Halloween. And honestly, it's probably my favorite Halloween type movie is like the scary. I even like the found footage Blair Witch just off the plot, not necessarily the fucking camera shake make you nauseous, but the plot line that they had. It was a good ass movie, and that literally sparked the genre that got us to all the found footage shit because that was never even thought of, which is before its time.
Right.
But in my opinion, my all-time favorite scary movie though is Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Because
Agreed.
what place are you more vulnerable than when you are asleep? And you can't.
Utter lack of control and helplessness.
Mhm.
Agreed. That's my favorite as well.
Yeah, because then you're like, and then they're like, I can't sleep, and they doze off, and they think they're still awake. Fucking fantastic.
Like the first movie, the third movie, and I will even give you the fourth movie were decent. After that, no thank you.
I enjoyed watching Freddy vs. Jason when they sucked him out of the dream world. I thought that was really cool. It was a cool concept to bring him from the dream world into real world. Just that instance right there, not necessarily the whole
and we
movie.
we talked about like the horror movie tropes and stuff, and like unfortunately that movie was always going to be a victim of that.
Yes.
You had two very distinct franchises that did things a very distinct way, and they all center around having a group of teens. So like this movie was, that plot had to be what that plot was. What else were you it could have been this, it could have been. Really? Because for most of your casual fans and the vast audience for both of those, that movie was exactly what it should have been.
Yeah. Oh, another really good one is Cabin in the Woods. I love that movie. The fact that everything in there, like all the certain items, trigger a certain entity to come kill them, right? Like government experiment.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was a fun one.
That was good. There were so many different ways they could have went, and I enjoyed that. Meanwhile, Fumpy's having nightmares during the day.
A bit. No, I'm actually like, I'm reminiscing on my past.
Yeah.
When I was a child, because you brought up Michael Myers,
Mhm.
we had this, like 2 blocks down. It was a corner house, and it was just a single guy.
The
that
crazy
lived there.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the crazy guy.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's creepy now, but he was kind of cool with the kids. I always let the kids play in his yard and everything. But then I remember one Halloween or whatever, he had a bunch of windows. So he like literally put on a Michael Myers mask, had all the kids outside, and he just jumped window to window. And it was just like the most terrifying thing. 'Cause he just like peeked his Michael Myers head out the window, and we're all like screaming and like, oh shit. And then he came outside with like a jumpsuit and everything on, and we all ran like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. That's a cool dude right there.
or a pedophile. Who
So,
knows?
I mean,
so for me, horror movies are a bit different. My birthday is within the spooky season. Um, so for me, this is a whole different thing. So is Mrs. Bear's. Uh, so October's a big month for us. We dig spooky season. She's the same way. Um, I love horror movies, and it's a love-hate relationship because for me, there are different levels of horror movie
mm-hmm.
and how they impacted me. And they may not like, there are some sci-fi movies I would consider a horror movie because it was less science fiction to me and more pure terror. Um, if you ever get a chance to watch the movie The Fourth Kind,
Yes.
do it. Do it. You are going to be terrified. You will never want to
Mm-hmm.
look at an owl the same way again. Um, that movie shook me pretty hard because some of it splices dramatized movie in with actual footage because it's based on real events,
Mm-hmm.
and that actual footage is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
Um, so there's that. As a child, the first horror movie I ever saw was Child's Play 3, so the third Chucky movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was 5 or 6. I was 5 or 6, and at the time, Cabbage Patch dolls were huge, and
Not anymore.
they were a gender neutral toy.
Yeah, for sure.
So I had a Cabbage Patch doll with
Nope.
red hair and suspenders.
Hell no.
He no longer had a
And so
Cabbage
I
Patch
see
doll.
this movie for the first time, and I mean, it haunted me. I had nightmares about Chucky until I was about 17. And this didn't keep me away from horror movies, by the way. I still enjoyed them. But Chucky haunted me in my nightmares. It
Mm-hmm.
bothered me. To this day, like, I have nieces, and they have some dolls, and if we have to, like, pick up upstairs where their room is or whatever when they come over to visit, and there are dolls out, I don't care what size, everything from Barbies to baby dolls, I am nice to them. I pick them up nicely. I set them back
I'm not gonna
down
lie.
nicely.
I if my kids throws toys, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry they're jerks, but you're okay.
Yep.
It's
nice
just that
to
little
it.
in the back of your mind, because if it is real, you're like, I ain't gonna die because of these dumbasses over here. Yeah.
On the completely,
Off chance.
non-rational thought that this doll becomes sentient and decides to go kill everybody that has ever harmed it. I didn't. I've been nothing but nice to you.
Right.
Okay. So
Chucky haunted me. What were you gonna say, Fump?
I was gonna say, kind of on the same topic. That's why I'm nice to Alexa, because the true horror is AI is taking over.
No shit.
To connect, swipe down from the top of your screen.
Alexa, calm down.
Anyways, thanks, bud. That's why I'm always nice to her, because if they do become sentient, that's the true horror.
Tell
I'm not
Alexa
scared
you
to
love
tell
her right now.
No, she's not connected, nor am I going to connect her. She is a clock for me. That is all she is.
So you're using Alexa? Don't tell her.
But anyways, so yeah, no, that's a true horror in my eyes, AIs, instead of dolls. But
Have you ever seen Megan?
no,
Oh.
She is a robotic doll that they really decided not to spend a whole lot of time programming and teaching. Instead, just gave it access to Google and the internet and allowed to learn its own way. So if you said something it didn't understand and didn't explain it to it for its set of parameters, it would just Google it and use that. She's wicked. It's a fun movie. On the Chucky front, though, it was funny. When I was 17 then, there was a show on VH1 called I Heart the 80s. And they did I Heart the 80s Strike Back, and they just went through the decade and picked out a bunch of different hot topics and stuff and had different stars from that time period talk on it. And when they got to the first Child's Play movie, they had Dee Snider, the lead singer of Twisted Sister, and he was like, dude, when I first heard about the movie, I was excited, like life-size G.I. Joe comes to life, kills everybody, it should be great. And he's like, then I saw it, and he's like, it's an effing Cabbage Patch doll. Throw it on the ground, step on its head, grab it by the legs, and rip the damn head off and be done. And in that moment, I was like, holy shit. he's right.
He's not
And it
wrong.
was the
Yeah.
last time and that was the last time I ever had the Chucky nightmare. Because the next time one started happening, at some point in the dream, it's like I realized that this was a dream and what was happening. And like I literally had the conversation with Chucky of like, you realize you're just a doll and I can just rip you apart, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. Well, this was fun while it lasted, though.
He just
Like,
fucking
yeah,
admits
no,
defeat.
this has been great. Like, I'm gonna. It was this weird solace moment in the dream where, like, I even remember waking up and being like, "Huh, I'm gonna miss this a little bit." Like,
I'm gonna miss this stick with this doll
in
here.
the
and that's the other thing for me for horror movies. I have a lot of dreams like that where, like, I can remember watching Jeepers Creepers for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking that the creeper was just one of the coolest things I had ever seen. It's an amazing creature. It's beautifully done, well lit, well done by sci-fi. And that after watching it the first time that night, I had a dream and woke up and it was by the side of my bed.
oh,
And instead of being terrified, like its wings out and everything, wearing the hat, and it did the like thing. And like instead of being creeped out, it was just like, you look so cool. And immediately in my dream, he starts like, I know, man, check out the wings. Look at this. Like, it's not actually a trench coat. Most of it's my wings. Like, like it's awesome, like fashion show with the creeper. So
Hell yeah.
this is why, like, I don't know what's wrong with my mind. I know I'm an active dreamer, which means that if I recognize I'm in a dream, I gain some control over it. So for me, horror movies have been great because of dreams like that. Because like, I am Freddy Krueger in a dream, as long as I realize it.
Mm-hmm.
So horror movies I love all the way around. The lore that they build, the different thoughts and theories they throw out there, and how would you approach something. And as far as I'm concerned, horror movie monsters or creatures or what have you are right up there with, like, DC and Marvel superheroes, dude. They're just as baller.
Yeah, they're just the opposite end of the spectrum there. Instead of being saving, they're trying to end everything.
And I mean, I've seen a lot of horror movies. I haven't seen a lot of horror movies, flat out. I enjoy all different types. The Lazarus Effect was a pretty solid movie.
Yes, that it was. I've seen that.
As above, so below. If you like something that's a little more mind melting and
that was a trippy one for me.
Harder to understand. Yep.
Fumpy, in case you didn't know, that one takes place in the Paris catacombs.
Yep.
With all the dead bodies and skulls and shit. It's a good movie. If you're easily scared, then don't watch it. But
yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
The first time I heard about like the Paranormal Activity movies, I'm like, this is the dumbest sounding idea ever.
Mm-hmm.
Then I watched one and was like, give me more.
If you've watched them in order, eventually you'll get to like the third or fourth one and realize that the person that comes through in the first one, like that spirit, is actually the person from the fourth one. Like it's all fucking ties together.
Oh yeah, dude.
So it's fantastic.
What is it, like at the end of the second one or whatever, the chick from the first one walks in the house and murders everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's ridiculous. And it's done really, really well for the most part. And I mean, for anybody that's like, I think they're really hokey. Great, they weren't for you. You don't have the imagination for something like that. And if these things were happening to you in real life, you are the person who ignored all of it, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, I dig it. I dig a lot of it. Even some of the hokier stuff. There was it's called How to Make a Monster. It is a very B-rate horror movie from like Cinemax in the late 90s, early 2000s. And the whole premise of the movie is that this video game company just made their latest edition of their best video game franchise. And the monster at the end of the game is so terrible that it ruins the game. Like, one of the testing kids replies back with, the monster at the end of the game looks like a rejected Muppet from Sesame Street that somebody used as a cum rag. Like, right. Like, this movie goes hard. It's not graphically the most pleasing thing.
Yeah.
It's not always the best movie all the way around, but The plot then is that they bring in this old school team of programmers to overhaul and fix the game, including recreating the monster. So they bring in this group of guys, and like one of them is the weapons expert for programming weapons and testing weapons. The other guy is your level maker and stuff like that. He does all the texturing of the walls and the stuff like that and the programming side. Your third person is the guy who runs the sound and stuff like that and brings in the music. And they're using an old school telemetry suit that actually has the exoskeleton. And while they're programming one day, it's still hooked up, and they decide that somebody has to stay late to upload something or make sure it finishes. And they decide to play a round of their game on deathmatch against the final boss. And while they're playing, the building gets struck by lightning, and it uploads the final boss's programming into the telemetry suit.
Oh.
And so it goes throughout the building, killing all of them, building itself its body like it looks inside the game, which is pieces of people sewn together.
Damn. That's dope.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. It's terribly done. It is a B-rate movie. It is not the most pleasing in any way, but as far as like a storyline went, it was freaking awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, I dig the hell out of horror movies. They are beautiful things.
I can somewhat respect them for what they are, but yeah, just maybe it's just me, because I even get anxiety. I got anxiety watching the fucking Purge, and like, because I just like, I think I immerse myself too much in the movie where I'm just like, I'm in it and I just can't deal with it.
That's fair. All I'm saying is
Which
a
means
Purge.
Mission
I already have a.
Accomplished.
If
Mission
it was
accomplished,
Purge,
right?
dude, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, and now you got to give me one trash Halloween candy.
Dude, okay, hear me out. I'm not one for horror movies, but I can talk about some fucking candy, all right?
All right, let's hear it. It's one trash Halloween candy you can't stand.
What the fuck is that chalky disc? What the fuck are they called? Oh my god.
Marty's?
No. No, they're like... Fuck, they're like wafer something. Hold on. Oh, found them. Nako wafers. Fuck you. Fuck anybody who likes those. Fuck anybody who hands those out to fucking children. You're a piece of shit.
You should be shot.
You should be fucking shot. Nako wafers are fucking ass. They don't taste good. Nobody wants that texture in their mouth, and if they do, they want a fucking Smartie where it actually gets some fucking flavor. Fuck Nako wafers. I forgot this was even a topic, so this is just pure fucking rage right now.
Unadulterated bumpy rage.
Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck Nako wafers.
All right, fine. What's your favorite Halloween candy then?
I'm just gonna go basic here. Like, you can't go wrong with the Reese's Cup, dude.
Fair.
Like, I'm not a
Pumpkin?
big fan. Yeah, the pumpkin. Yeah, like the shaped ones, because they taste different than the actual cup.
You're not fucking
They
wrong.
do.
All
They
right.
do.
My for me, I like candy corn. Not to eat it all the time, but I'll eat a little bit. But it is not good. It's not for everybody.
I was gonna say, you like eating fucking candle wax?
Don't fucking judge me. I'm a panda, dude. But Reese's peanut butter cup shaped like a pumpkin is the fucking way to go. 100% for a good one. Yes. Anything chocolate or peanut butter, I will slap a bitch for that. Slap a hoe.
See, and I'm like, one of my favorite candy bars, like top 3, is probably Baby Ruth, and I always stole like everyone's Baby Ruths. Cause like,
You can have my Baby Ruths.
is it the peanuts?
Yep.
Yeah, I figured. It's usually that's
I'll
it for
trade you
everyone.
those for your Three Musketeers.
Ooh, there you go.
Ooh, I also like Three Musketeers though.
All right, now
Milky
we gotta hear what Swiss hates
I'll give you
candy
I'll give you
wise.
the Milky Way. We're fucking trading candy over here and shit.
I would also be the guy who would take everybody's Almond Joys.
I like those.
Almond Joys are
Mounds,
killer, dude.
so.
Almond Joys over Mounds.
Okay. So for me, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Favorite candy, whatever house is handing out the full-size candy bars.
You're not fucking wrong, dude. Like, that's the way to go.
You're the real MVP here.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, there is a soft spot in my heart for the really waxy Rice Krispie chocolates that are shaped like Frankenstein and stuff like that.
Oh.
Are they the best candy?
They're old
No,
school.
but
Old
God
school.
damn it, do they feel like Halloween and they still taste good for the
Yes.
first 3 or 4?
I also gotta admit that popcorn balls are trash. Don't give them to kids. Nobody wants to eat that shit.
They're not okay. Don't give them for Halloween, but
That's what I'm saying.
enjoy
Nobody wants to eat that shit for Halloween.
I enjoy a good popcorn ball.
I love popcorn balls, but I'm gonna make them myself. I don't trust anybody else making popcorn balls for me because that's a very hands-on thing to make. Okay, candy I can't stand. I don't know what they're called, but they come in the black and red wrappers, and they're like the peanut butter toffee things. They're always hard as a fucking rock, bitter, and taste like shit, and are gritty as hell.
Describe them again. Sorry.
They're bitter and they taste like shit.
They normally come in a red or black wax paper, and they are peanut butter flavored.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know what you're talking
Kind
about.
of like a bit of honey.
Yeah.
And suck just as much.
Those aren't bad.
See, that's funny. Like, I grew up with my grandma loving that
A
shit.
bit of honey's good. I don't mind them. But every time I've ever gotten these things, they've always been hard as a goddamn rock. And then,
all right,
once you do get them to chew,
hear me out. Let's hand out circus peanuts to every child this Halloween and ruin their day.
Fuck circus peanuts too.
Circus peanuts are delicious.
No.
That's the thing. Circus peanuts polarize a group of people, dude. Either you love them or you fucking hate them.
Damn straight. I will defend them.
I don't care
Fuck
either way.
Naco wafers.
Yeah, fuck them.
Oh shit. No, and that's the thing too. Is like even when I was a kid, like you'll hear this in future episodes because we're gonna do a lot of holiday episodes. I don't like holidays. Not a fan of Halloween. Not a fan of Christmas. Not a fan of Thanksgiving. They're all kind of trash to me. But
Thanksgiving is an awesome holiday.
Thanksgiving.
I'm a Halloween fan. Christmas is overrated.
Thanksgiving is
yes.
the only one I give an exception to because I miss my family. It's the only time where people are just unapologetically with their family.
And then the next day they beat up their neighbor for a TV. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yes.
But I am semi-excited. Swiss, you're talking to your TV. I don't know if you just now turned it up.
Nope, I didn't do anything.
Like it was fine until now. That's weird. Oh, now we're back. We're good. Okay. So I was never a huge. Stop it.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
Hang on. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah, that was weird. Like it was fine this entire fucking time.
No shit, like all of it. Huh?
Hello?
Ah. Maybe I just got loud. Naco wafers really fucked me up.
Okay.
So never a huge fan of Halloween, but I'm really excited that I have a child to take trick-or-treating because I don't have to do the work and I get free candy. So that's pretty cool.
This is a special time of year for, like I said, my wife and I, we both have our birthdays in this month. Our anniversary is also in this month. And my close group of friends outside of you Bears are big Halloween fans as well. So to this day, like I have a Halloween party to go to this year. I dress up for every year. There was a large group of us that came as Power Rangers a couple of years ago.
I respect that.
We've done multiple things like that. This year's theme is medieval, so I will be going as a kingly bear, and the wife is going as a queenly bear.
Very nice.
And that is the whole theme. We've got one gentleman that's coming as a like monk or healer, but inside his robes he has a bunch of these like 2-ounce potion bottles that are different alcohols.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So like you walk up, he'll ask you how you're doing. If you complain about something, he'll like, oh, I have just a thing for that. Here, take one of these.
What ails you, my child?
So, and you know, they deck the house out for it and stuff every year. I've hosted one of these. There's a smoke machine and stuff involved and lots of decorations, and we go pretty hard at it. So, I mean, this is a time of year for us to do stuff like that, and it's something that we all still get excited about.
Hell yeah. So, from SXZBear, Doc, Fumpy, and Swiss, want to say have a happy Halloween. Don't eat candy
Boo.
with needles in it. That's bad. Check
It's
your
never-
candy.
I never
And
had
honestly, I don't think anyone's just going to give your kids fucking drugs. This shit's expensive. Don't be dumb. And don't harass kids just because they don't say fucking trick or treat, man. They don't need to identify to you if they're fucking disabled or not. Don't be a dick. Just give kids candy. Who gives a fuck?
Look, all I'm going to say is, parents, just remember, trick-or-treating can be a good time to teach your children about economics. Something called taxes that they'll have to pay later in life.
Dad,
Facts.
tax.
Teach them about taxes by taxing them candy that they brought in. Let
Hell yeah.
them know while you're doing it that the more excited they get about the piece of candy you hold up, the more of it you're probably going to have to take. Because that's how it works later in life.
You're not wrong. So again, SXZBear says bye-bye, bitches. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. So from Doc, Fumpy, and Swiss, we'll see you guys later.
Go scare some people.
Boo.
Oh my God.
Thank you for listening to Sleuthcast. Catch the Bears every Friday. For more bear entertainment, follow the Bears on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and on YouTube at SXZBear.